This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto, and is anyone else a little bummed heading into Trade Center this year? Because over the last 9 years, trade deadline has always marked an important moment for Leafs fans. And that's because this time of year is usually the time where the Leafs are jockeying for a playoff position, with starry-eyed dreams of finally prancing the Stanley Cup through the streets of Toronto. That's why last year, the Leafs bought Brandon Carlo for a first, a fourth, and a potentially 40-point getter this year in Fraser Minten, as well as Scott Laughton for the price of another first-round pick in fan favorite Nikita Grubenkin. That's also why in 2023, the Leafs brought in Jake McCabe, while giving up a first and a second-round pick. They also gave up a first in a 3-team deal for Ryan O'Reilly. In 2022, they gave up 2 seconds and a third for Mark Giordano and Colin Blackwell. And it's also why they traded for Nick Foligno in 2021, as part of a 3-team trade for, you guessed it, a first and more. All of this is to say, this is really the first time the Leafs will be wearing their Sellers pins in the Matthews, Riley, Nylander era. So to what extent can the Leafs sell? Well, that is up for debate.
The Maple Leafs will acquire at least one first-round pick before the trade deadline.
100%
One
confirmed.
first-round pick.
100% confirmed because it's mandatory, Hayes. This is something that they desperately need to acquire. The thing is, how they do that, I'm really not sure, but I'm going to 100%. Maybe it's hoping that I'm giving this percentage.
That's it. Like, is Bobby McMahon getting a first? Is Ekman Larson
I think
getting
if
a
Bobby
first?
McMahon would retrieve a first, it would have already been done right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me
That's a
too.
good point. Yeah, I'm going to deny it. I just don't know who that would be for. I mean, Bobby McMahon at half price, that's getting pretty cheap. He's already cheap, right? Maybe there's some value there. But I think they'll get some picks. I think they'll get quite a few, actually.
Yeah.
The Leafs deadline plans may come into further view if they start resting players for trade purposes. Rest Watch starts tonight when the Leafs meet fellow sellers, the New Jersey Devils, in the first game of a back-to-back. The Devils are one of the few teams that are below the Leafs in the East, meaning tonight's game has one clear priority from both sides. Let's not get hurt out there, okay, fellas? I'm not feeling good about everything we just told you. I'm sorry, to see it all together in one place, we're just a bunch of losers. We're less than 48 hours away from the NHL trade deadline, and we're already seeing some of the biggest trade chips come off the board. The Canucks have traded Tyler Myers to Dallas in exchange for a second-round pick next year and a fourth-rounder in 2029. Vancouver will also retain half of Myers' current contract in the deal. Myers is number 4 on TSN's trade bait board, with reports surfacing that he was asked to waive his no-trade clause in a potential trade to Detroit. Instead, he's off to warmer climates in Dallas after 6+ seasons in Vancouver. And the second these trades start coming off the board, I just immediately feel horrendous for everybody working that live stream. First of all, bar down live stream on YouTube, but also the live stream on TSN all day. Duffy's got a tap dance, man. Moving on now to a team who, if you have not been watching closely, you might be surprised to hear me say they're struggling. But the Vegas Golden Knights are officially on the struggle bus. Last night, Vegas took their 3rd straight loss, losing 3-2 to the Sabres. And I know what you're thinking, a 3-game losing streak isn't anything to panic about. But it's been almost 2 months since we've seen Vegas win with almost any consistency. They've now lost 10 of their last 14 games dating back to mid-January. And if you dig a little deeper into the games they have won this season, you might be shocked to learn they haven't beaten a team that is currently in a playoff spot. And that's since November 20th. And the fact they only have 5 wins against teams currently sitting in a playoff spot, Vegas still sits first place in their division with 70 points. So how is that possible if they can't beat the other 15 playoff teams? Yeah, they've done well against the non-playoff teams, the teams they're supposed to beat, but they've also been kept afloat by collecting loser points. Their 14 losses in overtimes or shootouts are tied with the Kings for most in the NHL. If just 4 or 5 of those losses ended in regulation, they would be outside the playoffs right now. Instead, they're leading their division. And if this trend of losing to playoff teams continues, Vegas could be in for a rough week. The next 5 games are against teams currently in the playoffs. Now, of course, we could see them make some key additions in the coming days with that trade deadline approaching. And if they do, we've got you covered with wall-to-wall coverage on Trade Center Friday. It's always a magical time, eh? Just watching the whole team sweat on live television is a good time. Time off my favorite segment on yours that we love sports today.
Why we love sports today.
And if you watch this show regularly, you know how much we love kids' sports fails. But we almost never see a parent being as honest as this dad.
Ball. Good job, bud. Run the base. Run the base. Go, 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 go. Run the base. Run the base. I don't even know why I try with this kid. If I was a catcher, I would have he'd have been out immediately. He's so slow, dude. Why am I trying, bro? He's not going D1. It's all over for me. Me off. Come touch this. Come touch this. I don't even. Good job, bud, bro. Real good, real good.
Listen, I'm just sad that we had to bleep so much of that. No, this next clip is more of what we're used to seeing. A family completely supporting a child that has no clue what he's actually doing.
Julie, put your hands up. Put your hands at Chase's butt. Put your hands at his butt. Your hands. Put your hands. Your hands. Put your hands.
Say it, go.
Put my hands in there. Say Mike. Go.
Throw it. Get out here.
It's not lost on me that he's wearing a Cowboys helmet. Let's wrap this up with a Wednesday edition of Anytime Goal Scorer Bet on FanDuel. Because you know everyone's down on the Leafs this season. But we're looking at the Maple Leafs tonight to actually find the back of the net. For the captain, Austin Matthews. And I know what you're thinking. He hasn't scored since January. Yes, Matthews' 8-game goal drought is one of the longest of his career. And yet he scored just once in his last 12 games. So why are we picking Poppy? Tonight he has the perfect opponent to help snap his slump.
We're the Devils! The Devils!
We also want an excuse to use that clip. Matthews loves playing against New Jersey. In 22 games against the Devils, Matthews has found the back of the net 21 times. Not to mention, Matthews did show some signs of life in the last time out, firing 8 shots on net against the Flyers Monday. Plus, New Jersey's on a second night of a back-to-back. So Matthews could take advantage of their tired legs. And our friends at FanDuel agree that he's the most likely player to find the twine. At plus 140, he has the shortest odds to score in this game. But I will say that if this doesn't work out, we're gonna blame producer Jeff Sale, because we've been on a crazy winning streak lately. I don't know if you've noticed. Hope you made some money. That's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 Eastern. No Pacific. Have a good one.